Alright, very quickly. YouTube, you sons of bitches! What the hell are you doing out here? From The Verge out here, and exactly 18 seconds into his video, YouTube is being run by fools. Pro ZD makes his feelings clear on the platform's recent restrictions on foul language. Crystal clear, that's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard. I agree. Bear would agree. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, that's our 30 seconds here. Let me go back. I just wanted to comment on that, you dumb sons of bitches out there. Bear's not going to get demonetized because he's not monetized at all. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Back. Let me go. There we go. Let's do the 3, 2, 1. Clear. There we go. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. What the WEF out there? Grrrrr. Greetings, humans, and welcome back. Yes, indeed. I don't normally do the stuff right up there at the front there because it kind of screws Bear up sometimes. But YouTube is starting a new policy about swearing out there, and basically the first 20 seconds or so, 30 seconds or so of a video will determine whether or not the show, or the channel rather, I should say, has been monetized out there. So a number of people are being demonetized just for, throwing in a couple swear words out there, unfortunately. We don't normally do that here on the show. Don't need to. Bear can express his frustrations out there. Uh-oh. My ears, they're bleeding. Uh-oh. Am I too loud? La 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 la. No, I'm not too loud. I'll turn it down just a little bit anyways. Just in case for Mark O'Ware. Mark 04 Anthony out here. Great to see Mark. Great to see Amy out here. Let's see, live in 3 hours. Well, let me wish you, while I'm here, Bear, Mark, I haven't seen P-Money or Jiminy either, but if you guys make it before I'm home, hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm and God bless. Yes, indeed. God bless all of us out here. Yes, indeed. Anyways, from The Verge out there, you can check out the article in the description out there. But first off, I tell you what, people, we've got to kind of start off the show here, unfortunately, with a little bit of an R.I.P. out here. R.I.P. for, unfortunately, Lisa Marie Presley out there, unfortunately passed away. That would be, the daughter of Elvis and the wife of Michael Jackson. And Nicolas Cage, speak of which. So, there you go. There you go. Unfortunately, she has passed. A number of singers have passed here recently. You had the, Beck died here just recently, and, Lisa Marie Presley, they're just falling by the wayside. And then they leave us like Lizzo or something like that. It's like, oh boy, thanks a lot, Death. We sure appreciate that one. I'm glad we got rid of Lisa Marie and kept, whoever, Lizzo or whatever the heck. Right? What's the one lady that's like 500 pounds there? I'm sure a lovely lady out there, but do you really want to watch that for several hours on the stage? Not really at all. Here's some soap for that mouth, says Mark of Wraith. Yes, indeed. Bear, quite infrequently, you should say. Quite infrequently. Mouth like a sailor out here. Not that he's like, Jesus offended or something like that. Nah, Bear just tries to not swear out there. So it's kind of interesting that all of these channels are getting demonetized, while Bear, not even monetized out here, still gets shadow banned and hasn't really heard. This is probably the first couple 3 or 4 curse words that Bear's ever done on the channel out here. So anyways, want to let people know ahead of time on that. So they will click on it. Oh, I'm gonna watch Bear today. And my God, my ears, says Mark of Randy. Well, it's for a reason. We're trying to hit the old algorithm out there. The old algorithm out there. Yes, indeed. All right. Where was I? Because we've actually got some very, very, very important news out here. Many people many people out there, they like their cars. They like their beautiful cars out there. They want to drive fast, as it were, out there. And they come from a number of different countries out there. You've got, your sports cars from Italy. You got your supercars there from Germany or maybe even the United States. A number of other places around the world. A place that you probably wouldn't want to see a supercar out there. Many places, but that would be the Toyota Corolla powered McLaren looking mashup out here. Very interesting. Comes from Afghanistan. That's right, people. It's so fast, you'll lose your head. Yes, indeed. Here we go. From who is this? The Drive out here in Robert Strumpf? Strumpf? I don't know. You know what would be really bad to show? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but I believe it might be a supercar from Afghanistan. Yes, indeed. Actually, they had. Let me see if I can find it here. If I can play. Very interesting video that they had here. Let me see if I can find it here. There we go. Kind of an interesting stuff out there. The NSFW statue thing they released for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I don't understand. I don't know about that. I'm sorry. Bear has been trying to find supercars from Afghanistan out here. A kind of an interesting video out here. Bear, people read along. When you think of supercar, you probably think of some sort of low-slung exotic with large displacement, a rear-mounted engine manufactured by some European marquee. Of course, there's a couple of exceptions, but I guarantee that there's one thing you don't picture, and that's Afghanistan, people. At least until now. Don't look at it, Bear. Okay, I promise you I won't. A Kabul-based manufacturer, Intrope, revealed the very first Afghan-built supercar last week, called the Mazda 9. The Mada 9, M-A-D-A. The first example of this hand-built prototype product of hard work by more than 30 engineers from the Afghan Technical Vocational Institute, spanning over the last 5 years. Well, at least we know what they've been doing all this time. Not defending your country. You got to build a supercar out here. Not much is known about the car in its current state, other than its design and the basics of its underpinnings from various mid-construction videos, like on the YouTube channel here. There we go. At the heart of the car lives a Toyota-sourced, not one, not two, not three, but quattro-cylinder engine. The same one that's found under the hood of a Corolla. There we go. Look at there. According to the head of ATVI, I'm not even going to pronounce that name. The engine is a rear-mounted, cradled in the middle of a tube chassis surrounded by lightweight composite materials. A push-rod suspension can also be seen in some of the photos of the vehicle's construction. They don't reveal any specific power features, 0 to 60 times, or basically any other statistics that are typical bragging rights for supercar manufacturers. It has, however, released a number of videos featuring a car and the car being started, as well as moving under its own power. There you go. There you are. There you go. And you got a guy that's doing the drawings, apparently. Oh, nope, not, gosh darn it. No, stop. Anyways. Anywho, that is kind of our funny, interesting news story here for today. A Afghan car. A supercar out there. It blows away the competition out there. Blows it completely away. Yes, indeed. All the people out there will be losing their heads over it. Yes, indeed. It offends the senses. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's a nice looking car. It's okay, I suppose. For being powered by a Toyota Corolla engine. It's alright. It's okay. It looks somewhat decent, I suppose. There you go. There you are. Professional stream is over before it even began. Yes, indeed. Probably all of the YouTube gremlins out there trying to get rid of Bear. Yes, indeed. All right, Bear, he doesn't normally do food reviews out here. He's got a saying out there, Comicsgate. It's a collection of foodies that sometimes talk about comics. So I guess maybe we should do more food reviews out there. Coming from the New York Post, kind of interesting out here. Steve Cuzzo, we'll go with it. This beloved Midtown institution has become the worst people restaurant in New York City. And he goes and shows how it started and how it's going at the Russian Tea Room out there. He goes on, he says, like many you New Yorkers, I've long had a soft spot for the red, green, and gold czarist fantasy of Midtown's vintage Russian Tea Room, even if the food only intermittently lived up to the decor. Things hit what I thought was a rock bottom at a mid-December lunch. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Pretty much, he says. Well, yes, indeed. On that unfortunate occasion, snippy service and lead-in dishes at the West 57th Street tourist magnet opened by the Russian Imperial Ballet nearly a century ago felt as luxurious as a 1970s package tour through the USSR. Where I think Bernie Sanders went for a honeymoon there. I doubted things could be as awful at dinner and had the chance to find out last week. I was wrong. Or even worse, meal. That's kind of a weird sentence there. His even worse meal came with a side of delectably unwelcome drama out here. Turns out the classic one-time haunt of Rudolph and Hollywood and Broadway bold-facers not only need a new chef, but the fire marshal as well. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Nice decor there. There's some nice decor. At least it was. Everything we ordered tasted pre-assembled and reheated. Kin clay could be served as cannonballs. A rich mushroom cream sauce glued to the egg noodles together like pages in a wet book. The stroganoff egg noodles. Coulibaquet, once the pride of the kitchen, imprisoned overcooked salmon inside a stiff pastry crust that would embarrass a fast casual lunch spot where it certainly would not cost $46, people. Even the warring Ukrainians and Russians would make a few common fronts against the flavorless and dry Courgette à la Kiev. I don't think I got that right at all, but that's okay. The hapless, perform-looking chicken was entirely without squirt, making a liar of the menu which described it as a herb butter stuffed. It was in fact stuffed with nothing. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Man, that's an empty plate too. I tell you, at least the other one had broccoli. What the heck is going on there? What the heck, man? But dinner, if you'd call that, came with a terrifying intermission. A fire broke out right in front of the dining room at the base of the glass-enclosed Felix the Cat painting. What's Felix doing there? Who knows? Who cares? Not in the 22 years of covering restaurants have I had a scarier experience. Acrid smoke billowed through the restaurants over platters of bellinis and blanch. Passive and oily, the smoke set off no fire alarms. Nobody called the fire department, and managers cared more about not damaging the quote-unquote art with water or extinguishing material than they did about putting out a potential fire. There's Felix. There he goes. Don't burn the Felix. Don't burn it. No, don't burn it. Reluctant to break the glass, they finally used a fire extinguisher after frightened customers urged them to do something for 10 long minutes. The few of us who had left stood in shocked vigil near the blaze, which turned out to be triggered by frayed wires that could have easily turned us all into boiled borscht, whatever. We'll make a run for the door. Sensing our dissatisfaction, e.g., this is dangerous, this is terrible, $26 cocktails were removed from our bill, among them an anemic vodka-based Moscow Mule and a fruity Cosmonaut that fizzled on the launch pad. But rather than delete a few drinks, the operators should consider a larger favor to the dining millions out there and the legacy of longtime New York treasure, namely, delete the entire once respectable relic from the landscape out there. Yes, indeed. So they apparently tried to burn it all down, but they didn't. They didn't want to burn down the lovely Felix painting out here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If he ever gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks out there. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why it's there. But anyways, there it is. The Russian tea room. Burn it. Burn it to the ground, unfortunately, out there. Yes, indeed. All right, we go from one review to another. I'm talking about the craziness, people out there. Everybody's talking about it. Nobody's watching it, but everybody's talking about it. Coming from the... I tell you what, people. These people just... They hate you. Variety, what's his name? Joshua Alston. Joshua Alston out there. If you were on fire, Joshua Alston would just kind of walk by, maybe laugh at you, probably wouldn't even spit on you if you were on fire out there. That's how much they hate you out there. But let's go along. Let's see what they have to say. HBO Max's Velma can't scare up a reason to exist. This is in the TV review. Now, they're going to call us all sorts of name here, but then they come around to say, yeah, this is a terrible show here. If the rule for covers of widely cherished songs, make it your own or leave it... Oh, for crying out... I'm skipping past all this. Who is this guy? Joshua, you moron. Bear would have more words for you, but that was at the first 30 seconds. First 30 seconds there. Let's see. Velma here. Velma is a prequel set well before the events of the seminal Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Where are you? Scooby-Doo! As the title suggests, it's an origin story for Velma Dinkley. That would be Mindy Kaling? Mindy Kaling out there, who would go on to become the bookish, dowdy, and aggressively queer-coded member of Scooby's ghost hunting cortege out there. Using the big words, sir. Big words. I never got the... I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, of course. But, you go watch that... You go back and watch that stuff, it's like... no, she was just like the nerdy girl. And, you had the two preppies. You had the stoner and his dog out there. And then you had kind of the nerdy girl who kind of solved it, solved all the mysteries out there. Pulled off the hats or whatever, the ghost or the vampire or something like that. It never really is like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, queer, I guess, sure, maybe, I don't know, whatever. In Grandy's treatment, who the hell is Grandy? Longtime collaborator, Charlie Grandy out there. Yes, indeed. What is Mindy Kaling, what is she known for? I don't mean that as in jest or anything. I just don't know, like, I've seen her in, like, commercials for something, but, like, I don't know what she's, like, has she been in, like, a movie or something? I don't even know. Bear doesn't know. Nothing against the lady out there. I'm sure she's fine and all that, but, I have no idea. Haven't seen her in anything. In Grandy's treatment, whatever the hell, Velma lives with her attorney father, Amon, whatever. Oh, by the way, actually, the thing that ticked Bear off more than anything else was, just the bad, oops, that's not it. There we go. Just the bad, look at this. Look at, like, why? What? Just the bad artwork in this. I mean, it's like, why would you put this out? Why would you do? Oh, by the way, Scooby-Doo is a black guy now, so, there you go. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Scooby-Doo, listen to me. Shaggy out there. So they race swapped everybody. Velma is a red-headed Asian woman for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe a wig or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, the artwork just looked god awful. God awful out there. Mark says, I feel like they hate themselves too. That could be true. Except for the fact that she was in a pup named Scooby-Doo. Really? Okay. Let's just memory hole that. No. Let's keep all the traditional great ones out there and just memory hole this one. Anyways, just bad. It kind of reminds me of maybe like early years Family Guy, maybe. It's all just kind of the very basic animation. It looks better than that Rick and Morty thing out there, but yeah, this just looks bad. I mean, I don't care what the topic is, whatever they're doing, race swapping, whatever. It just looks bad. I mean, compare this to what they had, 40, 50 years ago when that came out, the 70s. I want to say Scooby-Doo. Compare some of the just classic, was it Hanna-Barbera? I think it was Hanna-Barbera stuff, animation out there, cell animation out there with, your computer-generated stuff nowadays, and it's just like, it just looks ugly. I don't even want to watch it, much less whatever's going on with it. So, anyways. In Grady's treatment, whatever the hell, Velma lives with her attorney father, Amon, and his persnickety girlfriend, Sophie. She's already navigating a complicated love rhombus with future colleagues Fred, Daphne, who's Asian for some reason, Constant Wu. I think she was in the what was the Asian the Asian it was like a marriage film or something like that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I forget the name of it. It wasn't to be remembered out there. In the not yet shaggy Norvell Rogers, but Velma's most complicated relationship is with her mother, who suddenly suspiciously disappears. Velma now only sees her in immobilizing hallucinations in which a vengeful ghost blames Velma and her passion for solving mysteries for her mother's disappearance, which is kind of odd because now the ghost is trying to make her solve the mystery, but she doesn't like that she solves mysteries, so it's awkward. Anyways, but a mystery solver is exactly what Crystal Cove needs. What with a serial killer stealing the brains of the high school's hottest girls? Huh? Did they have much? Did they have much? I don't recall much murder and decapitation in the original Scooby-Doo out there. That's kind of a new one out here. Kind of a new one. Anyways, let me get back here. Get off of. Oh, Velma. Yikes. Yikes-a-roni out there. Oh, good to see Grant. Good to see a Grant out here. Yes, indeed. I think they're attempting to make Velma black. No, I don't think. I think she is. We will get into it right here. Much has been made of the demographic swaps, as Velma is indeed a Scooby-Doo that looks like America. What does America look like? I mean, it depends on where you are. I'm sure New York looks entirely different than, I don't know, Cheyenne. San Francisco might look a little bit different than, Maine somewhere. Kind of depends on where we are in Maine, or where we are in America. Velma is Indian American. I believe that is the dot and not the Native American out there. Norville is black. Of course they're making the pot smoker black out there. Of course. Naturally. And Daphne appears to be of Asian descent, even though she had red hair. Oh, maybe, I guess, possibly. Though she's the adopted daughter of Marion lesbian detectives, Dora and Linda. That would be Jane Lynch, a good actress out there. And Wanda Skikes. how do I put this nicely? She used to be a somewhat decent comedian a long time ago. That's the best I can do here. Only Fred retains his identity as the boy next door in the all-white neighborhood. Huh? Wow, no way. How could that be? How could that be? Wouldn't that go against some like HUD regulations or something like that out there? I'm pretty sure. Maybe that would be a good mystery to find out. And much is made of his privilege throughout this year. Of course, you got to keep the one white fella out there for privilege. Much like Disney Disney Pluses, She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Velma seems specifically designed to be labeled a childhood ruining travesty by the extremely online? What the hell is that? I know there's extremists. I know there's the haters online. I know there's people that go online. The whole variety of your publication is online. Yeah. Anyways, he's blaming all you good people out there. Blaming all you good people, saying, "Oh my goodness, how dare you be outraged?" And then he goes on and is outraged here. Oh, good to see Lindy. Great to see. Haven't seen Lindy in quite a while. Glad to have her here. Yes, indeed. Or, excuse me, Norvell. Yes, indeed. It gets very interesting here. But the racial overhaul of the characters is not the most striking thing about Velma. What? What? Kaling? I think it's Kaling. Has spoken in interviews about how the race of the characters isn't essential to them in any other Scooby riff. So why not? Well, why? If it doesn't matter, then why change it at all? Again, I would say, yeah, of course, it doesn't matter. But why would you go and change a character to meet your ethnicity out there? It matters none to Bear out here. I mean, when he takes the claws and right through there, all you good humans all bleed the same blood out there. It's all the same. It's just like a car exterior. You know, it's like, oh well, that car's black. Oh, that car's blue. That car's red. You know, oh well, you get inside and who cares what the color of the car is as long as it goes. As long as it goes, like an Afghan Super Car out there. And she's absolutely right, says the writer here. But Velma consists of too much why not and too little why. What? Huh? That would be Bear's opinion. What? For example, the other big swing in the show, the centering of Velma's queer identity. I didn't know that was her identity. What is? Hold on, people. 1 second here. Let me just I want to make sure that I'm talking about the right thing here. Let's look up queer together. KWIR, apparently. Let's see. Queer. Strange. Odd. She had a queer feeling that they are being watched. Let's see. Predictive. The British informal would be dated. Slightly ill. He was feeling rather queer out there. So she's weird. She's weird. She's odd. That's her identity, is that she is strange or odd out there. I don't think it's even a sexual identity. Based on what the definition here is from. Hold on, let me find it. Just a second, people. From it's just the Apple thing. This says dictionary on there. I don't know which dictionary, but from the Apple dictionary. From its opening seconds, Velma presumes the audience is dying to know about Velma's sexuality. Not really. Not at all, in fact. It should be a kid's show. Why? Granted, Velma's still forming adolescent queer identity is an important story. Not really. Treated here with thoughtfulness and sweetness. Rarely seen on television. Joining Heartstopper? In what would be ideally become a trend. What is Heartstopper? I don't. Is that another show? Let's see. Treated here with thoughtfulness and sweetness. Rarely seen on television. Really? We haven't seen any gay characters on television at all. in the past, I don't know, 10, 20 years? None of them? Not even Queer Eye for the straight guy out there. They are rarely seen. Rarely seen. I have no idea what Heartstopper is. In what would ideally become a trend. I would just like to see a normal show out there become a trend. That would be nice. The problem, however, isn't that this isn't the first queer Velma in the Scooby cinematic. There's a Scooby cinematic universe? Oh boy, where has Bear been? Yes, indeed. Marco for Anthony is drinking wine out there. There we go. Let's see. Oh, well, at least there are a few things from my childhood they haven't ruined yet. Shh, Mark. Don't tell them. Don't say anything. Don't tip your hand here. Then again, arguably, DuckTales got better. There we go. There you go. Yeah. I suppose so. Velma was bisexual in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Okay, I guess. Which also modeled on a dark, sexy teen drama and foregrounded the gang's romantic entanglements. Boy, oh boy, that's what I want to see in a Scooby-Doo mystery. That show sadly lasted only 2 seasons. Gee, I wonder why. So many viewers will be seeing these characters in such a hormonal and violent environment for the first time. Why? It's a kid's show, for crying out loud. But it's been done before, and much better. Oh boy, we can say that about many things. Using unique takes on the gang that maintain their essence, so Velma is never as groundbreaking as it seems to think it is. So again, 2 paragraphs before, you people are all haters out there for denying Velma even its existence out here. And he says, yeah, it kind of stinks out here. The show's not really all that great out there. More than that, these characters are really just unpleasant to spend time with. This is the pro review. We're going to stand up for Velma against all you. What did he call us? What are we now? We are all those extremely online people. How dare all of you spending your time online watching Bear's show here. How dare you people? How dare you? Let's see. It starts at the top with Velma, whose selfish and misanthropic tendencies are diluted by her moments of vulnerability. Daphne isn't much better, and she gets one of the show's many absurdly convoluted backstories that sever from being neither brisk nor interesting. I would say that's probably the lesbian mothers there, I would imagine. Fred, meanwhile, is a mega wealthy dunce, of course, naturally, who comes across as too helpless and hapless to grow into the coast-busting leading man that he's supposed to become. Norville is a joy, but a teetotaler. He's a toddler? Somebody who doesn't drink alcohol, right? Let me look this up. A person who never drinks alcohol. Thank you, Bear. Thank you, dictionary out there. Bear's brain is working today. Deeply opposed to recreational drugs, confirming that Scooby was probably his pot dealer? So the dog is selling drugs to the black guy? Norville is a drug-free square is what passes for meta humor in Velma. No, it's stupid. Which goes out of its way to deconstruct or lampoon every aspect of the source material. Well, there's your problem right there. There is your problem. We don't need a deconstruction. Just make a good show. Just make a good, that's all. That's all Bear asks. That's all he wants. Great to see Jeff. Great to see Jeff out here. Mark is asking if anybody wants some Chloe Pinot Grigio with flavors of peach, honeysuckle, and lemon. That's good. Oh, wait, no honey for Bear. For crap. I'd call Indian giver on the wine, but that might be cultural appropriation, says Lindy. Yes, indeed. Velma's famous catchphrase, Jinkies, is contextualized as part of one of the overworked plot lines, and another character accuses her of trying to coin a catchphrase. As a joke, it kind of works? Uh, 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 no, 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 that's not a joke at all. Again, Beer isn't into the whole like cringe comedy sort of stuff. Oh, it's so cringy. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Not really. Beer does plenty of cringe work right here without even having to make a funny joke about it. As a reference to Scooby-Doo, it adds nothing. Well, that's kind of the entire show. And that applies to all of the dialogue, which doesn't change at all from character to character, each one of them firing off pop culture references like a Tommy gun. Far too many of the referential jokes are about romantic comedy tropes. Huh? In a Scooby-Doo? Okay. Romantic comedy tropes in a Scooby-Doo. It could be plucked out, as is, out of Velma and dropped into the Mindy Project. Oh, okay, that's where I was like, where did I never saw the show, so I don't know if it's any good or bad or anything like that. But I was like, how is she famous? I don't even know. Apparently, people like the Mindy Project out there. Maybe that could be one of you, and if that's the case, fine. I don't know. I think I've heard of the Mindy Project. That's about all that I know about it. Many of those jokes are genuinely funny, ha 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 ha, which is unsurprising coming from seasoned comedy writers, but the jokes could belong to just about any contemporary sitcom. So what exactly makes? By the way, I don't. That's damning with faint praise out there. Trying to think of any like contemporary sitcoms that are any funny. Beer watches American Dad every once in a while. I guess you can kind of call that a sitcom out there. Kind of damning with faint praise out there. So what exactly makes Scooby-Doo the ideal canvas for this vision as opposed to any other property? That never becomes clear in the 8 episodes of Velma screened for critics, which are absent even a wisp of genuine reverence, come on, beer, for the source material. It's the halfway point between Daria, really, and one of the many post-screen meta. Really, we're going to go back to early 90s. Wow, we are going way back. I don't even know if Daria could be made today. And one of the many post-Scream meta-horror films that misunderstood what people liked about Scream. Drew Barrymore. I would say Drew Barrymore. And that could be a great show if beloved characters weren't shoehorned into it. The biggest mystery of Velma is why it needs to exist. Okay, the end sentence here. Why is this show even on compared to, what would we call here, specifically designed to be labeled as a childhood-ruining travesty by the extremely online? Well, apparently it is. Even what's his name, Joshua Alston, who hates your guts, and calls everybody out here. Oh, how dare you, haters! Oh, and by the way, the show stinks. Uh, it's not really any good. Okay, all right, yay. Go Team Blue, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, would you spend 20, 30 minutes of your day looking at a terrible animation like this? Bear wouldn't. Bear wouldn't at all. By the way, actually, they just upped the HBO Max price. I think it just went up like $1 or two. I think it was like, what was it, $14.99, and they jacked it up to $15. We're gonna be delivering all of that quality to you people. We had a story not that long ago where HBO Max was taking off. I remember it was Looney Tunes episodes. They were taking off entire seasons of Looney Tunes, and I want to say some Hanna-Barbera stuff as well. So it would be interesting if they took out the older Scooby-Doo stuff and put in the new Velma stuff. And then people couldn't go back and rewatch some of the old stuff. They didn't want people to compare, maybe. Didn't want people to compare, so that is how do we put this? RBF, an RBF out there. That is for sure out there. They drew that well. Just the eyes itself. RBF out there. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. The eyes say it all. Let's see. The only solace to this, says Mark, is that the show probably won't last more than a few episodes. Well, apparently, everybody hates it. Somebody's gonna come out and be like, "Oh yeah, the show's the best. Yeah, we're gonna attack the critics and haters out there." But yeah, I thought this was kind of funny where they come out and they're just like lambasting people. Destroyed my childhood. And they're like, yeah, but even for childhood today, it's not that good, and it kind of sucks. It stinks. I apologize. Beer apologize. Let's see. Goes back to watch all the 90s Scooby-Doo movies. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Who was it? Sarah Michelle Gellar out there, right? Freddie Prinze Jr. Was it Matthew Lillard that was in it? Matthew Lillard. I'm trying to remember who played Velma. It wasn't Selma Blair. Who played Velma in that? I forget. And then they had like these very bad Jar Jar Binks-esque Scooby-Doo CGI dog. That was interesting at the time. They had fun. At least they could kind of go along with it and have fun with it and kind of take the source material and enjoy what they're doing with it rather than completely just go in and completely change everything and trash it and then look for everybody for respect out there. Look for respect out there. Yes, indeed. Speaking of tearing things apart and looking for respect out here, I don't really have anything to add to this. I just thought it was a great picture. James Gunn just yelling into the microphone. Rah! Why are you people all angry at me on Twitter? Rah! I'm responding to the rumor that Superman's already been selected. Rah! Well, why don't you just tell us? Why do you always have to be responded? Anyways, this was the... I'm not going to get into it, but... yeah, there you go. There's apparently, maybe not, your new Superman. Yay! Boy, I'm glad we got rid of Henry Cavill. And Gal Gadot. And poor Ben Affleck serving drinks out of the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. The poor guy. The poor fella out there. Yes, indeed. I tell you what, people. All right, I need to dispel some rumors for you people out there. Going back to, that was Bounding into Comics out there. Going back to Variety out here. Michael Bay, blast, reckless, and false story accusing him of killing a pigeon on the movie set in Italy. It blew up. It blew up the pigeon. It blew a sky high. The pigeon into went a poof in an explosion. And then he looked. Didn't they have something like on Reddit where, what was it, like a, was it a pigeon or was it like a, maybe it was like a parrot or something like that where they had the explosions in the background and the pigeon was walking, like, walking and then it turned around and looked back at the explosion. There used to be something on Reddit that was, they had that. The Michael Bay, what was it, like the Michael Bay Reddit or something like that. Kind of interesting out there. Interesting indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, finally, the reason for the season, people. I know lots of people come here for, the comics, maybe some food reviews, what's going on in the movie world out here. I know. We know why you stay here, and it's not crypto, people. It's the WEF out here. Yes, indeed. This is from, let's see, Deborah Heine out there. Heine. Deborah Heine out here. Sorry. Talking about multiple Brandon officials, lawmakers from both parties, set to attend the WEF. That's right. The Wrestling Foundation out there. No, not the Wrestling Foundation. The other one. That would be the World Economic Forum. Hosted by noted James Bond bad guy out there. That'd be the Klaus. The Klaus. Yes, indeed. Hundreds of American politicians, businessmen, and public figures plan to attend the WEF annual summit in lovely Davos, Switzerland next week, including Plenty of people out there, sitting governors, senators, representatives, yada, 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 yada. Oh, they actually got the entire list. Might have to do that. Might have to do that another time. We're going to be discussing cooperation in a fragmented world. Oh, why? Why? If only we could come together like a bunch of sticks just being bundled together. Individually, they can be broken, but together, we could stand strong. The world today is a critical inflection point, probably from the Wu flu, thank you. The sheer number of ongoing crises call for a bold, collective action out here, people. The annual meeting will convene leaders from government, business, and civil society to address the state of the world and discuss priorities for the year ahead. Oh boy, oh boy. It will provide a platform to engage in constructive, forward-looking dialogues and help find solutions through the public-private cooperation, rather. Oh gosh, there's a word for this. There's a word for this. I don't know. Rhymes with like smashism or something like that, I think. Smashism, bashism. I don't know. Bear forgets. Bear forgets out there. Among the political and government figures attending the controversial confab are American Stasi director Christopher Wray. That would be F. John Kerry, presidential envoy for climate. Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia. Oh, sir. Doing a fantastic job. I don't know of many governors that can lose 4 straight senatorial races in a row. Man, oh man, what a record. Governor J.B. Pritzker out there. By the way, if you ever want to check out what's going on with the sort of why they're doing the LGBTQ trans sort of stuff, check out the Pritzker clan out there. Very interesting. Not to be outdone, the witch. That would be the Gretchen Whitmer out here, Samantha Powers. Everell Hines, that would be the DNI. Catherine Tai, that would be the Trade Representative. And Secretary of Labor as well. A number of Republican and Democratic lawmakers are also going, including the Coons. Senator Coons out there from Delaware. Representative Darrell Issa, is he still around? Holy cow, I thought he was gone. Representative Gregory Meeks. Oh, that brain trust right there. Senator James Rich. Senator Joe Manchin. Senator Kinky Boots Kristen Sinema out there. They're going to get their head straight out there. Senator Maria Cantwell. Representative Maria Elvira Salazar. From Florida. Oh, look at there. Got to represent. Got to represent in the WEF. Representative Mike Gallagher, Representative Mikey Shurin, Representative Seth Moulton of Massachusetts. Since the list was publicized, 2 Republicans have indicated they've opted out to attend the ballot. I didn't. Look, people, sure I might have been invited, and I want to go to, Switzerland and enjoy some, what's the dogs there that have the they get the, is it coffee or like a hot chocolate or something like that? They got that where they can drink some of that out of there. I just wanted to go, I'm not going to go to the WEF out here. That's crazy talk. Crazy talk. Anyways, moving on. Here we go. So, we want to move to a better place where we need to boycott some of these businesses and financial institutions out here. As Bear goes through the list, just try to think of, if we get rid of X, who would we boycott from rather than boycotting? Who would we go with? Let's see some of the organizations, including our good friends at the Gates Foundation. The Soros Open Society Network. That would be AIG, Accenture, Amazon. For some reason, the American Heart Association? I guess our next virus is going to attack the heart instead of the lungs. Anheuser-Busch, Atlantic Council, the Bank of America, Bayer, Bristol Myers Squibb, the global pharmaceutical companies, the Atlantic Council, Chevron, Cisco, Citi, Cloudflare, which basically covers all of your websites out there, the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport? Okay. What's going on in Dallas? Oh, my goodness. Ay. Dell Technologies, Dow, Cargill, Ecolab, Estee Lauder, Eurasia Group, Goldman Sachs, Google, our good friends over here. You can't curse in the first 20 seconds of your video, but I tell you what, you can hit the slopes in Davos. Hewlett Packard, Honeywell, IBM, Illumina, JP Morgan Chase, MasterCard, Meta, that would be Facebook out there, Microsoft, MIT, Morgan Stanley, the National Congress of American Indians. Not sure if that's the dot or the other one. Probably both, who knows? PayPal, Pepsi, S&P Global, State Farm Insurance, the Coca-Cola Company, Tyson Foods, Uber, United Nations for some reason, the United Way as well, Verizon, Vimeo, Visa, Walmart, and finally, Western Union, among many, many others out there. Corporate media organizations will also have the top men out there, top officials, I should say, attending the confab, including the New York Times, naturally, the Associated Press, the Atlantic, Axios, Bloomberg News, CBS News, Forbes, Foreign Affairs, Fortune, of course, Fox Business, why not? You gotta throw in you bunch of sellouts. Harvard Business Review Group, NBC, Time, Wall Street Journal, and of course the Washington Post out there. A number of universities are also sending representatives, including Carnegie Mellon, Duke University, Harvard Kennedy School of Government, University of California, Berkeley, University of California, San Diego, University of California, San Francisco, University of California, Santa Barbara, University of Cincinnati, University of Chicago, Booth Schools of Business, and finally, the Wharton School. I think Trump went there. Yes, indeed. And of course, it wouldn't be a legion of doom out there if there wasn't Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky out here. He announced in an address last month that the government of Ukraine was preparing to participate in the WEF summit. Yes, indeed. It wasn't immediately clear whether he would attend in person or participate virtually out there. A quote maximum, just a maximum of 5,000 soldiers in neutral Switzerland has been assigned but may not necessarily be deployed to Davos to provide quote unquote security for the conference. In 2023, the armed forces will once again support the civilian authorities in the canton of I'll let you people kind of figure that one out. In carrying out a security task in connection with the annual meeting of the WEF. A notice on the Swiss Armed Forces website states, yes indeed, completely neutral out there. Yes indeed. Does it start with an F, says Marco Franti. It could. Let's see. Nashism, Smashism, Bashism, Zashism? No. Gashism? No. Could be that one. I don't know. Tashism. It could be Tashism out there. One of those. Yes, indeed. So, anyways, I was trying to figure out. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let's just say, J.P. Morgan Chase. Oh, okay. Let's boycott J.P. Morgan Chase. Well, you would go over to, let me go over to Western Union. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. All right, I'm going to go over to Western Union. Let me go to Citibank. Oh, for crying out loud, Citibank's done. All right. Well, maybe Bank of America can, for crying out loud. Okay, all right. Well, all right. Maybe we can just get by with just doing it on our own. Just do it through, like, what we normally do, maybe like PayPal or something like that. Oh, for crying out loud, PayPal's on there. All right. Well, maybe we can do something different. Maybe we can do like, another credit card company out there. Maybe we can go with Visa or something. Gosh darn it, Visa's on there. All right. Well, maybe MasterCard. We can do it. No, not bad. Can't do MasterCard. All right. So, anyways, I was trying to figure it out. Okay, boycott and boycott. Man, oh man, we are running out of major corporations that might have our backs out here. Yes, indeed. I bet they're throwing down with, the guy that has the funny hairdo and the other guy that helped the bad Germans a number of years ago. Yes, indeed. It doesn't matter because your bank card is a Visa or MasterCard. Well, they got us there, don't they? Well, that's all right. That's all right. At least Bear could just, have a nice Coca-Cola out there, and enjoy that. No, gosh darn it, we can't do that. Okay, all right. Well, Pepsi it is. Oh, for crying out loud. Pepsi, for crying out loud. All right. Is RC Cola still around? Where's our RC Cola? I need an RC Cola out there. So yeah, anyways, all of your places out there, hanging out with the Klaus and the Gates and the Soros out there. And they're just having a good time on the ski slopes out there. On the ski slopes out there. By the way, I know that it is a neutral country out there, but Mr. Putin, if you are listening, it only takes one warhead, just one. It would solve a lot of problems there. I would hate to get rid of some of those, lovely ski slopes, though. That would be the only downside to it. But just one, just making an idea. Not saying you should or shouldn't. Just an idea out there. Just an idea. Sorry, Bear, they even control water. What? No! For crying out loud. And salmon, too? They control everything. No! Why? Not the salmon. It's like genetically engineered salmon now, isn't it? I knew it. Bear knew it out there. Yes, indeed. Anyways, oops, I didn't mean to get rid of the browser. There we go. What? The WEF, people. What the WEF? I tell you, people. One of these days, Bear tries to have solutions, and then other days, Bear's just shaking his head, just saying, I got nothing. Got nothing here. Just me and you, kid. In this boat together. But they own the water. They own all the water. Why? Yes, indeed. All right. Well, anyways, people, we had a number of interesting stories out there, starting with a bunch of cursing. Definitely a bunch of cursing out there. So hopefully some of your favorite YouTubers out there, basically any curse words in the first 15 seconds of a video, not only are they demonetizing the video if it's being produced now, but any time over your history. So you could have done it, 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. I've been getting residuals ever since. Nope, cut off, bye-bye. Done, sir, done. So there goes that. Poor Lisa Marie out there. R.I.P. to another Presley out there. I tell you what, they're falling left and right. Holds up another bar of soap. No. We're not going there. We had an Afgan Super Car, people. Why does Afghan need a supercar? Oh, but they got one. Apparently, we think. They nearly burnt down a restaurant in New York. That was one of the greatest food reviews Bear's ever done. Yeah, the food was terrible. What's even worse is we almost died in a fire. Yeah, that's probably pretty bad. The best solution that we could have is just completely destroy the restaurant and start all over. Yeah, that's a bad review. Holy cow. Speaking of setting fires and burning it to the ground, Velma, the new show out there, not doing so much. Not doing so much at all. We tried to find out who is going to be the newest Superman. Who knows? We'll figure that out. It's some point out there. Michael Bay did not kill a pigeon. Just want to make that apparent for you good people out there. And we just can't smashism, something like that out there with our good friends at the WEF, out there, the World Economic Forum. Yes, indeed. That doesn't sound ominous at all. Doesn't sound ominous. It doesn't sound like the bad guys in the Sum of All Fears movie. Not at all. It's amazing how prescient that another Ben Affleck movie. How prescient that movie is. We got to get the United States and Russia to fight each other in a nuclear war so Europe can come out on top. We all thought that was crazy talk. It's like, you guys are just replacing, the Arabs with Europeans. And it's like, no, that was forward looking. How we didn't know. How we didn't know. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, want to thank everybody, including Amy, who showed up first. But had to go do fun other things. That's all right. Marco Franti, Cat Beer Company. Great. It's great to see Lindy out here. Haven't seen her in quite a while. Great to see her out there. And Jeff Potts, of course, doing the great stuff out there, Jeff. And where is Grant? Grant as well. I want to thank everybody out there. You could be doing just about anything on a Saturday night, including Bear. Bear's got a hockey game on right now. Be doing anything, but you're right here with Bear, and he does appreciate it very much. And we're gonna get right back into it coming up on Wednesday, so check it out. We usually do this Wednesdays and Saturdays, right about 8 o'clock or so. Hopefully you people can check us out then. But you know what? All this talk about controlling the water and salmon, it's made Bear hungry. So he's gonna head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrrr.